It is about 7 o'clock p.m. Near the Fort Worth, Texas area, and I am a first-time gardener and wanted to just share what has worked for me this past season, this past summer, and what I'm going to be trying this fall, and what has not worked for me this past summer as well. So let's get to it. So apologies for the background noise, but I am in the suburbs, and this is real life, and this is what it's like gardening in the suburbs. But I have one of my tables lined up here to prepare to show you all of the seeds again that I used. Some not here, that when I do the garden tour I'll explain what was grown by seed and what I bought. But to start, we'll start with what I've planted this season. And so I just started with the collards. That is a newer addition, but it seems to be doing well. I have had some leaf eaters try to take it out, but I've been using this spray and it works really well. I'm sure there's lots of other things out there, but again, I'm a first-time gardener, so that's something that's worked for me, and it keeps the plants healthy, sometimes even looking better, I think, than before, and kills whatever's trying to eat my plants. The sweet pepper also, I just planted those not too long ago and then got them in the ground, but we haven't had any actual fruit from them yet. Instead, just lots of blooms, so we should expect some fruit from those. Oh, okra. So I have an okra plant. I'll show you again during the garden tour. And I transplanted it, which of course I learned afterwards that you shouldn't really transplant okra plants. So now I have an okra plant that I'm not going to transplant in a container. And we'll see how it goes. And I have other baby okra, but I haven't decided what to do with those yet. So this lettuce Asian salad green mix has just been wonderful to watch grow. I cannot wait to show you in the garden tour what it still looks like, how beautiful it's been all season long. It just keeps growing back. You can, I learned of course recently that you can clip the baby sprouts, and that's going to give you your microgreens, if you will, and they're much more tender and sweet. Or you can, grab the larger ones and they're just going to be a little more bitter. So this has just been awesome to have. Keeps in the refrigerator for so long, much longer than anything I've bought at the grocery store, and it's great for salads. Arugula has my heart. I love arugula. It looks like a weed when it grows, I swear, and so I just about tore it out. I think I did, and then I had to replant. I think that's really what happened, yes. And because I thought it was just a weed, and I thought, oh no, and then I smelled my fingers after I tore it out. I was like, that was arugula. No, arugula. So I've replanted and it's coming back up. So I'll show you that as well. Beans, I have not had many come up at all. I've done just one bean plant in a container, but I have now probably 5 or 6 green beans started in bigger pots that are ready to probably transplant soon. I really don't know, but I have them and I haven't decided what to do with them, so I'll show you those also. Marigolds, so it's so weird. I bought just, store-bought marigolds, and then I planted these. I bet I planted these 2 or 3 months ago, and I still have no blooms. Again, I'll show you in the garden tour. The other store-bought ones, of course, have bloomed all season long, but the other ones just grew really tall, and now they're falling over and no blooms. So maybe you guys can give me some pointers on that. I've just now started to grow 2 different types of sunflower. I know I'm probably late to the game on that, but I am in the hot Texas area, so hopefully that will help me out. They will be in full sun, or are in full sun. They have been transplanted from seedlings into bigger pots, and I know sunflowers aren't supposed to be transplanted either, so we'll see how that works out. But I'm excited for these. I already have a lot of pollinators, but I just thought this would be a beautiful addition to the backyard, but would also bring more pollinators, and then we would also see what we could do with the seeds. So those are all the things that have worked out for me, at least in some sort of way. I've gotten them to at least grow, maybe not produce anything, but to grow so far. Now cilantro, I haven't even been able to get it to really come up. Hollyhocks, not so much either, and I want these so bad. And I have one of these in a hummingbird mix that I bought and just sprinkled in a garden. So I got it to come up that way, but not through these. So that's a disappointment. Carrots, I have learned, are not the easiest things in the world to grow. I will try to do a video because I don't know why, but I did buy more so that I can try again, because I know that they are a fall crop, and that they can go past the frost date, and that's even supposed to make them sweeter. But disturbing the roots on these guys is just not something they can handle, and it's something I've done every single time through water. So I've learned that through the use of a board and laying it over it after you have seeded them into the ground or the dirt really helps to keep the soil from moving. So I'm going to try that method, but I've got to research it a little bit more. The watermelon I planted as well, and it's sad. It's too late. It was too late for it. It's still too late. Now there's aphids all over it. I'll show you during the garden tour. Chives never got to come up. I don't know why. I don't know what I did wrong. I planted them, I think, months ago and tried, and nothing. Same with soybeans. They just did nothing for me. So I don't know if it was the temperature outside, the type of soil I was using. Not quite sure. But so this is me now getting ready for the fall seeds. And I've got just a few basil seeds I've got in here, just from a basil plant that I have hanging up that I noticed has been drying out. So I've caught some of the seeds and just replanted it really quick. This is a sad little sunflower that's probably not going to make it, and I don't know what that is. You probably know what that is. I don't know what that is. But so let's take a look at all the seeds that I've decided to attempt to grow this fall for the what are they called? The cool crops, I think. Cool season crops. So pumpkin, I'm already a little late to the game. I'm around 98 or 99, I think 99 days to my first frost today. These are, I think, like 110, 120. But I heard that also once your plant is established, you shouldn't have such a hard time, and that they shouldn't die from the frost. And in fact, some things, again, like carrots, are supposed to even be sweeter. So I don't know if that's true with pumpkins, but we are going to find out. And I'm nervous about the space on those for sure. Same for cabbage. I'm kind of nervous on the space. I'll show you the container bed, or the raised bed that I just recently built, that all of this is supposed to go in, where I don't think I have enough space, and I don't even have enough dirt right now. So but broccoli as well, this Sun King hybrid, and these are all just seeds I bought from either Home Depot or Lowe's. Kale, I think this is just a really pretty version of kale, or species, or I don't even know what you call it right now. So for carrots, I thought I would try the Petite Sweet Little Fingers, just because they're smaller. They're a container variety. I love seeing this on seed packets because it makes me feel like if I could grow it in a container, I could probably grow it in a raised bed. So that gives me hope. I truly have no interest in beets, although I don't know that I've given them a fair shot. But everyone talks about how wonderful they are to grow. And, you know, a lot of people really like them roasted in all sorts of ways. Again, container variety is what really sold me on it, so I'm going to try beets. I think having some of these root vegetables will be really fun. Bunching onions. You know, I've always tried to buy things that I know that me or my family will eat. And these bunching onions, I know we will, because I buy 2 packs of these every time I go to the grocery store. So that's really exciting, although they look like they may be a challenge. Kale, so I got this dwarf version, which is really pretty. I think this will just be pretty in the garden, which is one of the things I really strive for. It's not just growing vegetables, which is brand new for me this year, but I love flowers. So we got to make things look pretty too. And then turnips, got some purple top white globe. So excited about those. I really like those roasted, so that'll be exciting. Oops, sorry about that. And then last but not least, bok choy. I love bok choy in stir fries, and just as a side with rice. I love it, so I'm excited to try that. And I arranged these in order of how long they would take to least amount of time. So the pumpkin, I think, was 120, but this is like, I think, yeah, 45 to 50 days to mature. So that's exciting. that means I should see these up, you know, just within a couple of months. So those are all the seeds, again, that I chose to use during the summer season and what I'm going to try to use for this fall. So I hope that you'll stick along for the journey with me and see how everything turns out. Thanks, guys.